Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by. Welcome to the Product Management View webinar series. During the presentation, all participants will be in a listen-only mode. If you'd like to ask a question during the presentation, please use the chat feature located in the lower left corner of your screen. If you need to reach an operator at any time, please press *0. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded Wednesday, October 13th, 2010. I would now like to turn the call over to Val Workman. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Benjamin. To those participating through ReadyTalk, Twitter, and those who will be reviewing this webinar as a podcast or flash presentation later, hello. I'd like to welcome you to this new session of the Product Management View series. I'm Val Workman from Ryma Technology Solutions, one of the sponsors of this webinar. If you haven't checked out our new community site at grandview.rymatech.com, you should. If there's a topic you'd like to have presented in this webinar series, the best way to get it started today would be to start a discussion forum within the GrandView community. The Product Management View, or PMV, is all about shared information, and today the PMV is the world's largest public repository of product management recordings. It's my pleasure to welcome back Si Alhir. He's been presenting, I bet you it's been over 2 or 3 years now on and off. Si will be able to come in and share some of his experiences as he practices transformation and product development within the, essentially United States and really across the United States. Is that right, Si?
That is correct, my friend.
And today you'll be presenting part 2 of a 3-part series on tribal leadership, and this part we'll be focusing on leadership and strategy. Now, if you weren't able to participate in part 1 of the series, I'd recommend going back and watching the recorded session and prepare yourself for next week. Well, the next session is in 2 weeks, where we'll be pulling everything together in transformation using tribal leadership part 3. For those of you who are using Twitter, you can follow and add additional conversation and questions using the Twitter hashtag #PMV during this webinar, and continue conversation after this webinar in GrandView's forums. I'd also encourage you to make comments and ask additional questions on this blog posting, and I'll also be collecting questions throughout the presentation to address during the question and answer session at the end of the presentation. Please feel free to send your questions and comments to me in the chat section in the lower left corner of the ReadyTalk interface, and we'll try to respond to them. I'm going to go ahead and pass the control over to Si now, and he'll kick off this presentation. Si, go ahead, bud.
Thank you so much, my friend. I want to welcome everybody and definitely express my gratitude and the community's gratitude to Ryma and likewise the ReadyTalk folks, Val and Bradley and Hakan, who really kind of foster these events and what have you. You folks do a tremendous, tremendous job, so thank you so much. Also want to express my gratitude to the Culture Sync community for open sourcing tribal leadership. Just a few names: Julian Berquist, John King, Dave Logan, Jack Bennett, and the community at large is truly tremendous. Also want to mention that on our third webinar, Brad Barton and Mark Ferraro will definitely be joining in and contributing to the efforts there. And last but not least, really want to express my gratitude to the triad that I've been involved with, in particular in the tribal leadership community, Kathy Duff-Wilson and Lynn Stafford, tremendous folks. So definitely welcome, everyone. I think most of you who are joining us probably have some sentiment of my background beyond kind of what Val has already mentioned. I very much am a practitioner, and I look at myself as a student of the practice, focusing on transformation and a few decades of experience in doing that with organizations, both on the business and technology side, leveraging lean and agile and really fostering communities. The essence of some of our discussion today around tribal leadership and this webinar series, this is very much an underlying theme in a lot of the transformation work that I've been doing over the years, and it is truly tremendous. You can download the audiobook likewise by going to my blog or the Culture Sync community website as well. So in our first webinar, we focused on really, what is tribal leadership, why product management. We talked about tribes and leaders, and we'll do a bit of a refresher here, but our emphasis here is really going to be on the zone of tribal leadership, stage 4, and also strategy. And from our previous discussion, as we talked about product managers and the relevance of this